this particular Saturday is not like any other Saturday. So I wake up early in the morning, take my breakfast and leave for work. So for context, my work is flexible with flexible work hours, so I don't have to be there at a specific time, but you sign in when you get in and sign out when you get out. So on this particular Saturday, I wake up so early to go to work because I have a plan with a friend and she's from another city. So I want us to have quality time, so I have to do my things early so that I can meet her early and spend quality time with her. I'm on my way to work. I'm walking. Actually, I'm almost there where I'm walking. To report by 6 a.m. On my way there, I actually met this black guy. There were people, he was not the only one. There were some other white people in that morning. Yeah, so there were white people like coming towards me, like in the morning, just now people are busy, some people are going, some people are coming back. Yeah, so that kind of situation. So he was like approaching me and I was also approaching him, like I was going like this and he's coming this way. So, yeah, so when I'm approaching this guy is like approaching me directly and not paving way for me, and I noticed that he's drunk, very very drunk. I do not have time for this kind of like this game he wants to play with me, so I just walk past him, but he's again blocking me, so I just ran because like I do not have time. So I just ran and went to work. So I worked for about 4 hours. Yeah, and then when I was coming out, now it's 10 a.m. I went to work at 6, so it's 10 a.m. So like I'm just doing my things faster because I want to go there because my friend lives in another city and we've been postponing to meet. And you know, here people are so busy, and when you get the opportunity to meet your friend, you really want it to happen. Yeah, so I was just doing my things so that I can finally go and meet her. By 10 a.m. I was done. I checked out and I looked for shortcut route home so that I don't use that longer route. I used it specifically because it was in the morning and it was still darkish, so I didn't want to risk using a small route, Panya route. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so this time I said, let me use the Panya route, the small route, so that I can get home earlier. That's what I did. Like I get out quickly, got into the park, like I get inside the park, the shortcut, I get inside the park, and after the park then I'm home. So when I'm just about to enter the park, I sit down there for some time just to like arrange how things are going to go. And also I remembered, let me call my mom during this time. So I sit there just as I was taking my phone out to call my mom, I'm just about to call my mom, and this guy is there again. Is there where I'm seated, is there, and you know, this time there's nobody around. Oh my god, I froze. So is this guy following me or what? Why is he here? Like, okay, so he says, please just stop, I want to talk to you for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, what do you want from me? Like, here there's no one, like it's kind of, I'm alone. No, what do you want from me? And he's like, no, I know, like our first meetup wasn't in the best way possible. Maybe you thought I'm a bad person. I'm actually not a bad person. This and this is going on with me, and I'm just asking for your help. Like, can I talk to you for a moment? And I'm like, you know, God came to people in various ways. He said when I needed help, you couldn't help me. When I did what, you couldn't. So I said, okay, let me give him a listening ear. Yeah, so I was seated. He just stood there and started talking to me, and he broke in tears. Talking, and I'm such an emotional person, and now we were both crying. Yeah, and do you want to know what he was talking about? Here is what he was talking about. This guy came here as a student, came to Germany as a student. So when he came to Germany as a student, at the moment when he was talking to me, he's homeless, hasn't slept in a home for quite some time. He's been studying for the past 5 years, a program which should be ending in 2 years, but he's still doing it at 5 years. He's still studying. I don't know studying or what, like he hasn't finished his program. He's kinda he's going lost in alcohol and drugs and all. First of all, when you come to Germany, you realize that alcohol is so cheap, cheaper than food. Actually, alcohol is cheap. So when maybe your country alcohol was not cheap, you realize, you find out that, now here I am in the best place. Like, I can buy alcohol whenever I want and drink whenever I want. Of course, nobody denies you that opportunity, but in the long run, it affects. Being that he came to Germany to study and possibly find work. At the moment, this guy is asking me if I can host him because it's cold and he literally don't know anywhere to sleep. He's sleeping at the train stations. He doesn't know anyone, or like his friends just deserted him. Of course, people want to relate with people with purpose. Like, if you don't have purpose, nobody wants to relate with you. That's just a human nature. That's just a selfish human nature. Telling me that now he sleeps at the train stations, but there are no like chairs or what. He just sleeps there in the cold. He doesn't have anywhere to go. Then I ask him, why don't you like call home, like east west, home is best, and maybe you can explain to them, then they can help you out. And he's telling me that at home all they do is just ask for money. So like nobody understands me, and at the moment I really do not even have much money to give out, so like nobody also want to associate, something like that. So I don't know, this got me just so wondering. So this guy tells me that what really happens to him is when he came to Germany, he didn't know that he was going to struggle financially. He was not going to have friends. He was not going to like fit in. He didn't know that he wasn't going to fit in properly. So like, I don't know, it's mostly so hard with the men. Like, boy children is usually so hard for them, because even me, I didn't trust him at first. Like, nobody trusts you if you're a man, especially if you're a black man. No one trusts you completely. Like, nobody's going to trust you. So like, you just have to put yourself out there and just work. I don't know. Only the thick-skinned survive. I think my advice to him was I think that you should just go back home and think your life again from the start and see if this is what you want, because definitely I can't take you in. Yeah, I can't take you in and live with it. I don't know if I did the worst thing ever, but I can't just meet a stranger and take a stranger home. You don't even know if the story they are telling you is the real story, or if there's something behind it. Like, you don't know the real story, so how can I just take a stranger home? Like, it's really not possible. There are ways that you can learn to, like, the ways that really works for me here in Germany, so that you don't get lost in the depressions and all the stresses and like the things that complicate your life even further. Of course, when I come yeah, there are things that works for me here in Germany. For instance, running. Sometimes you don't understand why Germans run in the morning and evening, even if it's so cold. Like, they just run, and sometimes you just have to keep your mind sane, and that really helps to keep you. At first I was like, why do Germans just run in the morning when it's so cold, or in the evening when it's so cold? Like, why would you? But then you realize you need to stay sane. And for you to stay sane, you have to be active, like always active. You have to go to the gym sometimes if you can, or if you can afford it. Or if not, you can just have a walk. I don't know why most of the time you guys misquote me, but I don't say that Germany is bad or anything. Germany is just like any other new country which you are going to go to. And probably because it is in the West, now you have expectation that it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like this because it's in the West. So this is the mentality that I'm always trying to put in your head. And most of you don't want to get that right. Yeah, so I want to put it in your head that if you come with high expectations, then you're going to go back a drunkard. Like, because this guy was so disappointed with what he was going through. Like, nothing was working through for him. And the first job he applied and got was, he was expected to be a loader. And if you're not used to that type of job, you're like, no, I cannot do this, but you want money at the end of it. So then you end up not having money. By the way, that does not mean that now those are the only jobs available here. No, there are some other jobs. Like, I just wish you could understand the context. Like, if you come with expectations, don't come with expectations, because if you come with expectations, you are going to get disappointed 100%. Like, you're going to get disappointed. Yeah, so it's only right that in this channel, I normally tell you guys that yes, German is good. Like, German is good. It gets you out of your comfort zone. And you know, not everyone can survive outside their comfort zone. Not everyone can survive outside their comfort zone. Like, some people, if it reaches to that, then now they deflect like into some other things which not so very good or moral. Yeah, but it gets you out of your comfort zone. So are you able to be that stone that after burning is still bright and shining? Are you that stone, or you'll just be like, oh no, I cannot handle this anymore, or get into addiction or what? Because that is what it leads to most people, because you realize, oh no, this is not really what they sold to us. This is really not what it was said to be. This is really not it. Like, this is really not it. Why is this happening? It comes with a shock. So like, I normally just tell you that in this channel, not that now I'm coming from a better country or what, better country than Germany. Like, you guys mostly put it in the comment section. Like, it's not like that. Like, I'm just trying to tell you guys that just know that it's not what you think. Most people don't tell you the truth, and you're going to get disappointed, but you can come out of that disappointment with how you handle your things and how you handle your situations. You give your time, you give yourself time and grace. Of course, after some time things fall in place, but it cannot fall in place immediately. He couldn't afford the rent anymore, he couldn't afford food anymore, most of the basics he couldn't afford anymore, and so now he just wanted like a person who can maybe take him in when he's still finding his footing, how he can go about things. Like, now he wants to think differently and face his life differently. Yeah, that's what he wants now. But definitely I am not that person. I'm not saying that I can't help people, but I really cannot take a stranger home. I have done that before and it didn't end well. So I just drew boundary that let's just talk in the road and end it there. Like, I cannot take you home. Yeah, I don't trust you, however genuine you are, but I can't trust a stranger. Of course, I'm not saying this again to make me feel good. Okay, anyway, if you say information, how people interpret it is up to them, but I'm just saying that anyway, your interpretation is up to you, but try to interpret it better so that you don't misquote me.